Hello guys, my name is Josiah Asafoje. I'm a graduate student at Michigan Technology University, currently doing my master's in engineering management. And this my guy is also with Mpower now, Ebenezer. In today's video, we are going to address most of the concerns of the current students that came with Mpower loan to the United States, and also to address you on the processes you have to pass through to get your loan approved. So I will let my brother here to also introduce himself.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Ebenezer, popularly known as Opambo, and I'm a first-year graduate student at Michigan Tech University. I'm studying electrical and computer engineering, and I'm a proud Mpower sponsored student because Mpower is making my dream of becoming an engineer in the US a possibility. So I'm always proud to say and talk good things about Mpower.
All right. Yeah. So Ebenezer, I know you've helped a lot of students with their admission in Ghana. Personally, I know you've helped over 100 students with Mpower, although you were not really using the referral system that much. Yeah. But most of the students that came this year, it seems everyone knows Ebenezer. Yeah, popularly Opambo.
Yeah, Opambo. Yeah.
So me personally, I'm an ambassador with Mpower Finance. Okay. And now you're also part of the family as an ambassador with Mpower Finance. So we would like to discuss what made you choose Mpower as your financer for your students?
Okay, that's a great question, and thank you for the opportunity.
Okay.
Mpower, I chose them because I believe that not everyone can get scholarship to come to the US to study.
Right.
If I have known Mpower for the past like 10 years, I think my life would have been better now.
Yeah.
You know, so I see Mpower to be a gateway for the hopeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very difficult for me as an African to come and have this quality education with these huge fees. So Mpower is that lifting that burden. So Mpower was like my last option. I had no option than to use Mpower.
Yeah, yeah.
Though I graduated as the overall best engineering student from Technical University in 2020.
Okay.
You know, so my credentials could have given me scholarship.
Yeah.
But I always tell people that opportunities comes but once.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm waiting for scholarship before I proceed. Yeah. So I had to take Mpower to realize my dreams. Yeah. And then, so it was a decision I made to better my life.
Okay, so if I'm clear on what you're saying, without Mpower, you wouldn't have been here in the first place.
Not at all.
Yeah, because you know the tuition here is very high. Yes. The fees you're paying here is a lot, especially for the international
very
students.
Important, very true.
And with the issue with scholarships, I think not every course is easily funded by scholarships, especially with the professional master's degree programs like engineering.
Yes.
It's not easy for you to get scholarships. You know, it's like the probability is like 1 out of 100. And you can't bet your life on that. Yeah. So I think it's the right decision you made to be funded by Mpower. And so far, how are you seeing the ride with Mpower?
Oh, come on. It's great. Because I came in, even before that, I remember my first admission was last year. Okay. And you know, before you can get your I-24, the visa processes, you need to prove some finances through bank statements. Yeah. It took me for like 6 months. Wow. Telling family and friends to support me with their bank statement. And you know, in our culture, people don't release those information. They deem it to be very sensitive, you know. So I had to wait for 6 months and I let for C, you know. But when I came to the realization that Mpower gives support letters for your I-20 to be issued, I said, what? Wow. So Mpower made the thing very easy for me to even get my I-20.
So even though you were an engineer with the oil firm on the sea, you still needed that kind of support. Yes. It wasn't easy to come by.
Not at all. It's not. Yes, with my credentials and most guys that I was working with, they can't afford the tuition in the US. That's the fact. Yeah. But Mpower is making it possible. Yeah. You know, for them to invest in your education. Yeah. Get quality education.
Because I can imagine, you know, being an ambassador for Mpower, most of the students I reached out to that came in this year, especially the African students, they kept mentioning your name to me.
Yes, yes.
Opambo, Ebenezer.
Yes.
So it's funny that you came to the same school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that
you know, when I came, one guy was looking for me all over. So he was like, where's Opambo? I said, oh, well, you know, when I got the opportunity, I said, okay, if this is a chance to help people, why not? So I started telling people about Mpower. And people were asking, are they legit? I said, my brother, apply. Yeah. So I had to study their processes, how the application is done. And then for me, so if I teach you how to apply and you apply and you get the decision right, the next person, because of the volume of people coming to me.
Coming to you.
I refer people to other people I've trained.
Okay.
That's why they didn't use the referral code that much.
Yeah. So it was more about helping people.
That's
it wasn't
all.
really
Like,
about any profit.
Not the money, but for people to realize their potential.
Yeah, because you can imagine, I had friends that got admissions to the US, and most of them were looking for full scholarships.
Yes.
And it's not that easy,
Not
especially if you are coming to a top-rated course, like engineering.
Yeah, these STEM-based programs. Yeah.
And then taking loans is not any like big thing, because the students here, most of them are on loans, even the citizens.
Yes. You know, when I started this Mpower thing, people were like, I had a friend in a mining company in Ghana. Okay. She's a female. She was part of my group when we completed school. Yeah. And she was doing like to study in Canada. Right. So I spoke to her about Mpower. I said, oh, for me, I don't like loans. You know, our culture, we frown upon loans.
Ghana is a cash system.
Cash-based system. You need to hold the physical cash. But bet you, the US system and all the top companies that you see are being funded by someone.
Yeah. It's a credit-based
system. So the credit-based system works, but we don't understand the credit system because of our culture. Yeah. But I have to demystify some of these for people to understand.
Yeah, because the typical Ghanaian student, you know, back in Ghana, the university, you just pay in cash.
Yes, cash and carry.
You don't use loans.
Not at all, cash and carry.
So most of the students are like, oh, how am I going to pay back? How does the interest payment work?
That is it.
So I would like you to explain that further for the students.
So I knew a friend. Okay. He took this Ghana loan, student loan. Okay. So the fear of, hey, how will I be able to pay this amount in USD? And I told my brother. So even ironically, he even left before me. Okay. So I was there one day and he called that, Opambo, God bless you. You know, you do some things for people in life and you become fulfilled. Yeah. It even worth more than money.
Yeah, of course.
You know. So the guy is living comfortably. He said he met one guy who is a Ghanaian, but he was born here by a Ghanaian parent. And the person owns like $180,000. But that guy is driving Tesla. Did you get my point? So it means that irrespective of how much you owe, you'll be comfortable.
Oh, of course. Basically, there is this thing they did, I think it was a census. About 90% of Americans are owing.
Yes.
So owing is it's a culture here.
It's a culture. No, like if I need to buy a Range Rover, I don't need down payment. I don't need $50,000 to pay. No, I can pay it.
And that's not even financially wise.
You see that,
pay things in cash.
That is it. Time value of money will also come in. Yeah. So the interest, whatever,
it makes a lot of
sense. Your job is to come.
Yes. And you can imagine the money Mpower is giving to you as personal expense. Even if you decide not to work on campus, you can still settle your interest payments with those.
You know, I forgot to talk about that because after they paid your tuition, they said, look, you are now fresh graduate on a fresh land.
Yeah, this is not your home country.
Take this money, use it for your expenses.
Okay.
And now one thing is, Empire, they don't even know you've never met you before.
Yeah, and they're taking
but they're entrusting you with this money, with
a
this
lot of money, over $100,000.
So it's like risk-free. Most of the loans companies out there, you need some sort of co-signer with even higher credit points. Yeah. You know, so it's not like anybody can just
one thing the students have to understand is getting a co-signer is not even enough because your co-signer might not have good credit.
That's the point.
And so these companies that require a co-signer before they issue loans, it's a lot of stress on the students.
Right.
Because imagine you have a sibling here and then he has bad credit. You can't count on that person to help you get a loan approved. And this amount of money for tuition is not small money.
Not at all.
You are paying over $40,000 a year,
serious,
including your personal expenses and stuff. And Mpower is approving over $100,000.
It's crazy.
Without a co-signer.
It's crazy.
So that's a big risk.
Yeah.
But Mpower decides to do that because they believe in the future of the students.
Yeah, very important.
And they believe that you are going to make it. Because if I don't believe you are going to make it, I'll never give you $100,000.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so most of the Ghanaian students have to realize that studying abroad is not about scholarships.
No.
Because most of these scholarships, sometimes the schools are giving out 20 scholarships. And the number of students that apply for the scholarship is like 20,000. So you can check the probability. It's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic.
It comes to a matter of lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are really serious about studying outside Ghana, you should consider Mpower for the US.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
And then you being here right now, you are being funded by loan.
Yes.
Does it have any negative impact on your studies?
Not at all. Now, Mpower, they've paid my living expenses. They've paid my tuition.
Yeah. So you have a lot of money on
I have a lot of money. that I'm using, and it gives me that comfort. Because I remember way back in Ghana, university, you don't pay your fees, and when you're writing exams, there's this fear. You don't even get that freedom to learn.
Yeah.
So I always say that change is the only constant factor in life.
Yeah.
So you should be able to embrace change.
Yeah.
That I've not taken loan before, I'm taking loan.
And
so,
me, personally, I've looked at your credentials.
Yes.
And I must say,
you saw my transcript, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are very intelligent. But
yes,
if Mpower was not there, definitely you still be in Ghana.
No. I would have been here. It took me 6 months. I still couldn't find a bank statement.
Wow.
But I got the Mpower support level.
And even with the bank statement, it's still a matter of if the person is willing to pay the tuition.
And I have friends who entered the US. You know, as you said earlier, I've helped a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of students that got to me, you know, they always ask me questions on the loans. And they're like, oh, I got referred by Opamo.
Yes.
So I was like, I have to meet this guy. Not knowing that you were coming to
Yeah, right. So nothing happens without a reason. Yeah. So most of the guys came, they took somebody's bank statement. Okay. Yeah, and they said their uncles, their aunties. But there's the reality. If you enter, how do you pay? So they are now requesting me to help them with the Mpower application. And I think I've helped 2 guys. You remember, I referred one guy to you, Steven, for you to expert that. Now he's happy that. So
most of them are even here in Michigan.
You see, so the loan is like, it gives you that latitude and everything to be able to focus on
so you don't have to really worry about
Not
money.
At all.
Yeah, because you know, I heard most of the students, when they go for the visa interview, one of their worries is to convince the consular how they are going to cater for their personal expenses. But the fact is, Mpower pays for everything.
Yes.
Your personal expenses is paid.
Yes.
This semester is like 3 months. And some of the students even have about $8,000 in personal expenses just in their pocket.
Yes.
And how much are they even paying in interest payments?
In a month,
Because if you are paying like $200 or $250, the 3 months is going to be like around $600 to $800. And you have over $8,000 on
you. Yes.
So I think there's a lot of comfort with going with the Mpower.
Yes.
And also with the repayment after school, I think most of the students, when they are thinking about the repayment of the loan, they think as if they are paying it in Ghana or in Africa or in Nigeria or in South Korea, but you are paying it in US. And this amount of money you are paying is like nothing. Because if you are earning about $13,000 as an engineer, which is normal.
Come on.
Most engineers are earning more than that.
Some are doing internship and they are getting so
getting more than that even with the internships. So if you are earning, let's say, you are employed by a good company, with a master's degree, you can take about $15,000.
Of course, yes.
And you are repaying a loan of $500
a month.
That's nothing.
Come on.
Even with your side hustles, you can repay your student loans after school.
You're right.
And then Mpower does not force people to pay back the loan. They have a system. Okay, so even if you are having issues with payment, the best thing is to reach out to your loan relationship manager, and that person is going to help you through, and then work with you to pay back your loans. So it's not really a hassle. So Ebenezer, I want you to briefly explain from application to the schools. That's the admission process with the Mpower. Briefly, just
that's fine
for the students.
So the model of Mpower is they have partner schools that they work with, you know. So I even tell people that before you want to apply to schools, check with the Mpower website. You need to apply to schools Mpower support.
Yeah, and which
that
is
should be the
majority of good
point.
schools.
Exactly, in the US. So it tells you about their credibility. And Mpower, once you apply, you're like their property. They take off you.
Yeah, of course.
They coach you through your interview, help you find jobs.
Have all these seminars going on.
You see. So you need to start with your search from them. And once you get the school being supported by Mpower, then you go ahead to apply. Even before you start applying for Mpower loan or something. So once you get a school that is being supported by Mpower, your next step is to apply to the school. Once you get your admission, you go to the website again. And with your admission letter and some few questions about your resident address,
which is basically
simple. Bank statement, your personal bank statement. You know what? Ironically, I think a friend applied with less than $100 in bank statement, but they gave him the loan due to his credentials.
The Mpower is looking at your future, not
the
your
future.
Current
They're very futuristic. So you apply with your basic bank statement. You can even take some from someone, your father, your uncle, it shouldn't be huge, you know, but just to prove that indeed
okay, I have this person behind
you have to at least to support, to mitigate.
Because definitely the money they are giving to you is a lot of money.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean you have to show bank statement more than what they are giving you. Because if you have more than that, why are you taking a loan in the first place? Yeah. So people have to be like very honest in their application as well.
Yes.
And if you are having any financial obligations to any bank, make sure you settle it before applying, because that's one of the issues we had with the students. There were students that are owing banks in Africa, in Asia, because Mpower is for everyone. It's not just for African students, it's for people, students from Asia,
all international students,
Europe, everywhere. If you owe a bank back in your country, Mpower will find out and they will reject the loan. And for that one, we as ambassadors, we cannot do anything about it. All we can do is we can expedite your process. Make sure your loan is approved very early so that you can meet your timelines for your visa interview, and we can help with coaching you for your visa interview. We have a WhatsApp group where we will add up to and then teach you about Mpower, show you how you're going to pay your interest and everything. But if you are dishonest with your application, that one goes beyond us.
Yeah, you know the guy you met yesterday, Benjamin?
Yeah.
I think he came to me before I directed him to come and see you, that he want to apply for loan. You know, he was initially due for some PhD program, but I think the professor didn't get any funding for him. Okay. Not knowing that the sister used his credentials to buy iPhone on credit.
Wow. Which he does not really know much about.
Yes, and the sister didn't pay the money.
Wow.
Mpower find out, and then they didn't give the guy the loan. So some of these things we do, but just be credible enough. And with that, you should be able to apply with
good
ease.
to go, and they are going to fund your education.
Yes, they need your CV, and then your transcript and admission letter,
and just certificate. Any bank statement, either from your parents, your sibling, or even a trusted friend.
A trusted friend.
All you have to do is attach their personal ID to the bank statement to show that you know them personally. That's all. So and your bank statement, you don't have to have so much money.
Not at all.
Something just tangible. And your loans will be approved.
With ease.
So if you need the link to apply for your Mpower loans, it will be placed at the description of this video. And you should also use our referral code so that we also get awarded for bringing you on board. So we are going to attach our referral code to the video as well. Okay, so before I end this video, would you recommend Mpower for every student?
I would highly recommend. And I started doing this way back when I was even in Ghana.
For me personally, you know I'm representing Mpower in the US. A lot of students that reached out to me. Like Opambo. So I was like, because I know the ambassadors with Mpower. Okay. And I knew there's nobody amongst us called Opambo. So that was why I brought you on board to join us as ambassadors, because you know you were about helping people. It wasn't really about the money. Okay, because a lot of students reached out to me that they were referred by Opambo, and I was waiting. I thought maybe you applied to a different school. So when you came to Michigan Tech,
come on,
wow, Mpower really needs this guy on board. So you're also welcome to Mpower.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
So for the students that are applying for their loans, I'll also attach Opambo's email and then my email. Okay. And then our referral link and then our referral code. If you want to join our WhatsApp platform, it's strictly non-profit. You don't have to pay anybody anything to be on our WhatsApp platform. We'll give you the materials to prepare you for your interview, show you the process to apply for your loans. But you have to apply with our link so that we also get our referral rewards from Mpower. You apply with our link and then our code, and then you email us. Our attach is email and then my email. You can email any of us. It's the same group. So you add it to the group and then your phone number as well. So Opambo, any advice for the aspiring
for
students?
me? So,
and any schools you recommend?
Obviously, I recommend Michigan Technology University. It's a great school. So if you want to apply to US, don't forget Michigan Tech University. And now, my recommendation would be that, and my advice is that time waits for no man. You know, so I read an article, and then one guy gave a quote that there were two men on the sea riding a boat for fishing, and the storm was like very heavy. So the friend said, "Shall we pray or paddle?" And then the wisest friend said, "Let's do both." So instead of you to wait, apply for your loan, apply for school,
and you can even apply for the loan now and get pre-approved. Whilst you wait for your admission.
I know a friend who did that. He applied to Vanderbilt.
You can use the link you attached to this video to apply right now.
Exactly.
And then you get pre-approved So you know that at least you have your financing waiting for you,
Exactly.
even before your admission is.
And one thing is that now the information is even everywhere.
Yeah.
When we started, who are you going to even ask Mpower questions? But we are here to even help you with the application process, with your interviews, how to get approved with Mpower Loan.
How to even present your loan.
Yes, I've done it for people.
I had about, I don't know the exact number, but I can say over 30 students reach out to me that you coach them with their interview, and they had their video.
I had to study, way back last year, Mpower wasn't popular in Ghana. And even if you take...
I remember when I started talking about them, a lot of
they
people
said,
like,
when you go,
they will
deny your visa. But I said,
no, it's not true.
So I had to read a lot of transcripts from the Indians. Because I realized that even the VOs asked them, do you have any loans? I said, okay, if they're being asked this question, it means they're doing something right. So I saw how they are paying back the loan, they tell the VO. So all these things, you have all this information.
So those of you who apply with our link, when we attach you to our groups, our WhatsApp groups, definitely Opambo is going to coach you with the interviews. I'll also be in the group as well, coaching you with your application and everything. Because there is a way to go about your interviews. Okay, there is a way, especially if you are being funded by a loan. You have to answer the questions well. Because I tell you, one of the strongest funding is loans. The money is really loans are even stronger than scholarships.
When I got my money was ready, I opened my bank account, then deposited my money.
Because for the scholarships, some of them are attached to your academic performance. So if you are not able to meet a certain academic threshold, the scholarships are withdrawn. But a loan is a contract between you and your financer. And so they are paying for your education, and you can be sure that your tuition is catered for. So loans are one of the strongest. So I think the students should not be thinking, if I go with the Mpower loan sanction letter, I'm going to be refused. It's not like that.
Not at all.
But rather their concentration should be on how they are going to repay the loan, how to answer those questions. And then the VO can even ask you, why are you taking a loan? You should be able to.
Personally, I met a VO in Accra, and I think last 2 months.
I think Education
USA invited me, so I was at the embassy. So this is a personal confrontation with a VO. So I asked the VO that, why did they deny Mpower loans? They said they don't demonstrate clearly how they're going to pay the loan back. So all these things
are being asked, how are you going to pay your loan, and
you don't have any good student should know how and when, or the reason why he took the loan.
Taking a loan is a big financial obligation you are putting on your life. So you should know how you plan to repay, and then why you are even taking the loan, because what you are here to study should be something meaningful. Every course is very good. We don't look down on any course.
Not at all.
But if you are taking over 100,000 to study music, then you should be able to convince the VO why you want to take $100,000 to study music. So every course is like equally important, but you, the student, you have to know how to go about your loans. So like I said, our the Mpower application link is attached to this video. It's a simplified link, so you just click it, directly create your account, fill in some easy information. Everyone can do that, and then you get pre-approved. So use our link and then use our referral code. So after that, you can even screenshot it, with the referral code, and then send to our email or our WhatsApp.
To our WhatsApp page, the page that we create for them.
And then we talk about Mpower Day 24/7, how to repay your loans, how the loan works, how you get the loans to your school, how you have to how the loans will be disbursed to you.
Everything.
Because the school has to disburse the personal expense to your account with direct deposit most of the time, or even in checks. So we also do that. So being in the group, and then you don't pay anything.
Not at all.
Zero. Because whatever we are doing is non-profit. So the little you can do for us is also to use our link,
referral
code to apply for your loan. So thank you for making time to watch this video. And Ebenezer, thank you for coming and thank you for being on this.
I appreciate your time for this
and these videos are going to continue because it's a series we are doing. It's time with the ambassadors. So if you have any question, you can just put it in the comments so that in our next video we'll answer your questions. Any question pertaining to your student loan, with your visa interview, your funding, how to answer your funding questions. I have one of the best funding courses here. So you answer those questions in your in our next video. So this is our episode 1 of Time with the Mpower Ambassadors. So next week we are definitely going to put another video and tackle other questions. We are going to talk about Mpower scholarships. There are a lot of scholarships Mpower is giving. It's not only about loans. a lot of money, free money from Mpower. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the referral system, a lot of things. But most importantly, we are talking about your funding and getting you here.
Yeah, that's the most important.
That's the most important.
You should come.
Yeah, you should be here.
Yes.
And we talk about how to apply to certain schools.
Yes.
Michigan Technology University, that's our number one recommended school.
By default.
Yeah, and then we have a lot of schools, Chicago.
Illinois Tech.
Yeah, most of the good schools are sponsored. I think the schools are more than 500.
Oh, a lot.
So
a lot.
the few schools
both US and Canada. So
and it's not just the US. We are also we'll be also doing some of the videos for Canadian students. The students going to Canada from everywhere, from Africa, from Asia, from wherever. As long as you are being funded by Mpower, your application is our concern. So you guys should subscribe to this channel.
Very important.
Very important. Yes. Most of the videos will be here answering your questions, and I'll also post Opambo's personal details if you want to get to him. It's the same thing. Getting to me, getting to him is the same thing. We put you on our platform. So thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.